Can you feel it? Speed, adrenaline, power. Rolling with the thunder. It's time for Thunder Talk. Brought to you by Jailhouse Saloon. Now, here's your host, Dan Bailey.
Well, here we go, race fans. The 7th annual Dahl Auto Plaza Modified Nationals at Mississippi Thunder Speedway is upon us. This weekend, the 3-day special that race fans have looked forward to all season long, and we hope that we will be seeing you at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. If not all 3 nights, at least a couple of the nights, or at the very least, one of the nights. But joining us on Thunder Talk this week is an individual who's going to be there all 3 nights, gunning for 3 feature wins in a row. Will it happen? Well, we won't know until that final checkered flag on Saturday night. Joining us on Thunder Talk this week is Dustin Sorensen.
Thanks for having me.
Dustin, you are coming off what I would consider to be a pretty successful year at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. A couple of feature wins, and of course, one of the big winners during last year's Modified Nationals. Are you the type of driver who feels that those prior successes can carry forward and give you some momentum moving into this year's Modified Nationals that might spell success for you?
Well, I think racing at Mississippi Thunder every week gives me a little bit of an advantage. I mean, I race every week. It's kind of like one of my home tracks, and not everybody else gets to do that.
Talking about last year's win during the Modified Nationals, was that one of the high points of your 2017 season?
Yeah, that was the high point. Most money I won last year, and it was the biggest race I won. My favorite race.
Of course, as I alluded to earlier, this year's Modified Nationals are 3 separate shows. A Thursday night show, a Friday night show, and a Saturday night show. Now, there are some bonus monies structured into the weekend if a driver can win 2 of the 3 or all 3 of the main events. How do you look at a weekend like this coming week's Modified Nationals? Do you look at it as one big event or 3 separate nights of racing, and you have to attack each night differently?
Well, I kind of just go in any night with the same mentality as any race I would. I mean, you always want to win, but running consistently is important too.
Do you feel like you have established yourself as a threat all 3 nights this year based on last year's success and this year's feature wins?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a few big wins this year, US MTS win, and then the late model race at Deer Creek, and I think I could potentially win 1 race and hopefully more.
What do you think about some of the drivers who have pre-registered for this year's Modified Nationals?
I did look at the list a couple weeks ago, and there's some pretty good drivers on there. I like it more when there's better drivers there, because then you got to beat them to win, and it makes you better. 2018
has been a good year, and you're hoping to carry this success into this year's 7th annual Modified Nationals. Tell us who's helping you out to get you through the year and into these Modified Nationals.
Well, CJ's Auto Sales in Pine Island helps me out. Ford Metro Glass Company in Rochester. Carol's Corn in Rochester. Paul's and Rock Products and Stussy Construction. Action Engineering builds my motors. Josh and Ethan there. Speedworks Headers, they got a good deal going with their contingency program. Daryl's Muffler Shop, Sorensen Painting, my parents, of course. Couldn't do it without them. All the guys that helped me, Scott Coates, Justin Phelps, Josh Augustine, Dalen Augustine, everybody.
Well, Dustin, now it's time for me to put you on the spot. I know every racer goes out onto the track planning on a win. If that win eludes you all 3 nights, what sort of finish would you consider to be a satisfying finish for you?
I'd like to finish it inside the top 5 at least 2 nights.
Top 5 a couple of the nights, if not all 3, would be good for you.
Yeah.
All right, but of course, I know deep down inside you really want the win, right?
I want at least 1 win. I hope to win every night.
Well, I tell you what, based on your performance at MTS, not only this year, but in years past as well, looks like you could be one of the guys to beat. Dustin, I appreciate you taking some time to be with us on Thunder Talk this week.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, don't forget, you can also follow all of my social media efforts on Twitter. My account is at Dan Bailey MTS. I try to keep the race fans up to date with live results, especially event winners. Again, follow my Twitter account. That's at Dan Bailey MTS, at Dan Bailey MTS.
That was Thunder Talk with Dan Bailey, brought to you by Jailhouse Saloon. Listen to Live Trackside every Friday on AM 1380 KG Country, and don't forget to vote for the Driver of the Week on the Mississippi Thunder Speedway's Facebook page. Thunder Talk with Dan Bailey.
Come on down to the Jailhouse Saloon. Yeah, come on down to the Jailhouse Saloon.
The Jailhouse Saloon is where everyone wants to do time. Come on in and nab up some of the best homemade pizza around. The Jailhouse has happy hour weekdays from 2 until 6, free pool on Mondays, and lunch every day at a great price.
The Jailhouse Saloon where everyone wants to do time.